Hi boys, today we are reacting to people who literally refuse to die in history. Lock in.
Today we're going over extreme survival stories of people who refuse
Is that man butt naked? Yo, the first one.
to die. John Coulter. It's 1809, and frontiersman John Coulter and his friend John Potts
1809?
are in a
Alright.
canoe up the Jefferson River. The two men are hunting for beaver pelts on this expedition, and they both know that they have just crossed into some very dangerous territory. Just a few years earlier, Coulter was part of the legendary Lewis and Clark expedition that mapped the previously unexplored American West.
Okay.
While traveling in what is now Montana, the party had some not-so-friendly encounters with the native Blackfeet Indians, who had lived in this region for generations. These tribes had begun working with British fur companies and now saw the American presence in the area as bad for business. Coulter could not help but notice the demand for beaver pelts was skyrocketing, and so, in 1806, 2 months before the official end of the expedition, he asked to be honorably discharged, and he chose to stay out in the wilderness to try to strike it rich. But John was soon given a lesson on just how
How are you gonna go risk your life just to strike it rich, bro?
much the local tribes did not appreciate American fur trappers on their turf. In 1808, the Blackfeet had ambushed
Broski, you got a shotgun on your back. Use it.
him and shot an arrow in his leg. Had the Flathead and Crow Indians he was traveling with not chased them away,
Is that just a showpiece on your back? Like what?
he would have been dead. Now well aware that the Blackfeet did not want them around, the duo were doing everything they could to avoid them at all costs. Coulter and Potts continued rowing in silence, hoping that they could pass through unnoticed. But as they turned the corner, a cold shiver ran down
What did they see? Godzilla, cold shiver running down their spines.
their spine as hundreds of Blackfeet warriors
Oh, that's an entire nation, my guy.
began
Good luck with
stepping
that.
out of the forest and onto the riverbank. The natives don't seem to be very interested in doing business, and they gesture for the men to come to them.
Why are you going close to them? Just go far away. You have a gun, both of you guys. Unless it has like fake plastic darts, like use it, bro. They only have arrows and spears, bro. And I don't think they are just gonna shoot. Maybe they are, but like their spears are not gonna go all the way as far as your bullets can go. So you back up and start shooting, or just go
Coulter
away.
knows they don't have a lot of options here, so he nervously brings the canoe to shore. The instant he steps onto land, the Blackfeet strip him naked and
Let me have a detailed look. Oh, never mind. It's blurry. Wait, what? Pause. Wait. I'm on camera. Editor, cut that out.
take his rifle, knife, and gear. As he watches Coulter being stripped bare, Potts begins to imagine the horrific things the Blackfeet have in store for them, and
They're gonna chop it off. Hey, editor, cut that out. I'm getting my I'm letting my stupid side on.
he refuses to
Camera.
get off the canoe. The warriors
Why are you refusing when you see like 50 men with freaking arrows?
get
Why
into
would you do that?
positions, and one of them shoots an arrow into him for stubbornness. Potts, now bleeding, panics and grabs his rifle. He fires at one of the warriors,
He's a dumbass. Why would you?
and instantly the Blackfeet return, a storm of
Oh,
arrows
yep.
that
That's toasted.
turn his
He's
body
toasted,
into a
chat.
pincushion. Horrified, Coulter can do nothing but stand there and watch as Potts is dragged ashore and hacked to pieces. He assumes
Yo.
he's next, but instead, the chief unexpectedly points to the open prairie and tells him to run. Coulter
Bro, his men are probably surrounding all the area around. Why? They're just probably playing with him right
couldn't
now.
believe what was happening. He was being spared, and so he
They just took away your clothes and told you to run. Chat, you believe they're gonna let you go?
takes off, sprinting but
Yo, cover your eyes. What am I seeing, bro? What is this video?
naked as fast as he could.
I see cheeks flying. Yo, oh my god.
It's a few hundred
Oh, he
yards
gone,
away.
bro. He's a Flash. He's a new Flash, bro.
War cries echo out in the distance behind
Oh, they're running after him. They're chasing.
and it dawns on him that he had not been set free after all.
Exactly.
He was
Like,
simply
ain't no way they're gonna let you go.
starved.
What are these people? Cannibals? Are they gonna hunt him to eat him? What?
This was a hunt, and he was their prey.
Yo.
Naked, alone, and now running for his life, Coulter
Yo.
sprints ahead. He knows that about 6 miles away is the Madison River. If he can just make it there, he may have a chance of getting away. Every step drives sharp rocks into his
Yo.
bare feet, and his legs are ripped up by shrubs. But Coulter pushes himself harder than he ever has before. His lungs burning, he keeps running until his vision starts to blur, and blood begins pouring from his nose from
Yo.
the sheer strain. After
His
traveling what
stamina,
felt
bro.
like a few miles, he stops to
Bro,
try to
go
get
hide or
back
something, bro.
and turns to see if he had lost the Indians. To his horror, one warrior had caught up and found him and was
Oh,
now
nah.
just 20 yards away.
Oh, nah.
Exhausted and knowing he can't outrun the man, he quickly turns to
Beat him up.
flight. The Indian, who was running out of
Bro,
full
he's about to
towards
beat you up with a spear, bro.
Coulter is startled when the naked white man suddenly
Yo, imagine you're chasing a naked dude, and then he turns around, whips a U-turn, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm about to fight." No, but like, if he had some clothes on, it would have been different. But I feel like a naked man just whipping a U-turn to fight you is just. If I was the guy chasing him, I would die of laughter. Yo, my bad. Return to the serious thing. I mean, okay.
whips around and aggressively raises his arms towards him.
Chill
he
out.
stumbles to the ground and breaks his spear. On instinct, Coulter
His
rushes over, grabs the
dumbass-
broken spear, and drives it into the warrior, killing him. The frontiersman takes the
Damn.
blanket the young Blackfoot was carrying, and as a group of warriors draws near, he takes off running again. He reaches the river, bleeding from his feet and nose, barely able to stand. He can hear the natives getting closer behind him. His legs are completely dead, and he begins desperately searching for somewhere to hide. As the voices of the warriors grow louder and louder, Coulter
Yo,
spots
this is
the
intense,
lodge
bro.
and dives into the icy water. He swims beneath the lodge and finds a small pocket of air just big enough to keep his face above the surface.
Yo. Yeah, that beaver family is terrified.
Alright, the beaver lodge was probably empty, but I thought it was funny. Anyways, when the Blackfeet arrive moments later, there is no sign of the naked white man they had been pursuing. They circle the area for hours, and Coulter does his best to remain perfectly still beneath the lodge as the freezing water numbs his entire body. After what seems like an
Is you lucky there's no gators in that water, bro? They would have chopped you up.
eternity, night falls, and the sounds of the Blackfeet warriors fade into the distance. In near darkness, Coulter slips back into the river and swims a few miles downstream. He crawls ashore, shaking and half frozen, but he is alive. For the next 11 days, with just a blanket he stole
So
from
he
the warrior,
survived?
he keeps moving through harsh terrain,
But wasn't that blanket like wet?
surviving on roots and berries. He forces his broken body more than 300 miles through mountains and valleys,
300 miles?
until finally he reaches a trading fort on the Little Bighorn. As he stumbles in, he is nearly unrecognizable. He's thin, exhausted, and bleeding
How long did it take for him to cover that 300 miles?
everywhere. But, against all odds, he lived to tell the tale. Leonid Rogozov. It's September 1960.
Okay, so we're like 160 years fast forwarded now.
6-year-old surgeon Leonid Rogozov steps off his ship and onto the frozen
Is
continent
he Russian?
of Antarctica. A few months earlier, the Soviet Union had
he
announced
is,
its
okay.
6th Antarctic expedition and was looking for a doctor willing to spend 2 years at the Novolazarevskaya station, one of the most remote research stations on Earth. Leonid had been studying to become a surgeon, but when he heard the news, he dropped everything and quickly applied to join the expedition. He's chosen and is assigned to join the 13-man research team as its sole doctor. As
What are they doing researching in these areas?
excitedly walks to the station. He can't believe how quickly
Is it in Antarctica?
his life has changed.
Oh, it
but
is,
he's
I think.
completely unaware that soon he would be fighting for his life with nothing but a scalpel and a mirror. By January
What?
1961, the station is fully functional, and Leonid settles into his role as the only physician for the crew. For the first few months, everything is going according to plan, and luckily, the researchers seem pretty good at keeping themselves healthy in these extreme conditions. But on the morning of April 29th, Leonid wakes up, and something is not right. He feels weak and nauseous. By midday, he's running a fever, and a sharp stabbing pain has moved to his lower right abdomen. Leonid knows that this could be very bad. These are all hallmarks of appendicitis, something that can be life-threatening if not treated immediately. So, he starts taking antibiotics and presses ice against his abdomen. He's hoping the infection is minor and this will be all it takes to clear it up. But by the morning of April 30th, the pain is so bad he can barely move. His fever keeps
In fact, keep in mind he's like the only doctor on this expedition.
climbing, and he begins to vomit uncontrollably. The antibiotics were not enough. This infection had progressed to the point where the outlook was now very grim. His appendix could rupture, and if it did, he would only survive hours to days without proper treatment. The nearest Soviet research station with another doctor is over 1,000 miles away. And to
Yo.
make things even worse, a severe blizzard had rolled in, making it impossible for any planes to land at Novolazarevskaya to rescue him. The researchers at the station watch helplessly as their doctor's condition continues to worsen. There's nothing they can do, and they realize that they have to helplessly watch him die. Leonid stares at the ceiling of his small room, his mind running through all of his options. In the end, he decides surgery is the only thing that can save his life, and he is the only person who can do it. He recruits 3 of his colleagues
He about to do surgery on himself?
help him as assistants, and he begins prepping himself for surgery. He orders one of the researchers as assistants, and he begins prepping
Look at these dummies preparing for surgery.
himself for
You don't even deserve to be putting on those suits, bro.
He orders one of the researchers to hold a mirror near his abdomen so he can see what he's doing during the surgery. He places another researcher near his tools so he can call for them as needed, and he gives the third man a shot of adrenaline and instructs the researcher to stand by and use it on him if he passes out. At 2 a.m. on May 1st, Leonid nods to his assistants, adjusts himself
The gates have opened.
into a half-sitting position, and injects himself with a local anesthetic. Looking at the mirror, he picks up a scalpel and makes a 4-inch cut on his right side. He continues to cut through layers
Y'all know how in the intro, what am I speaking? Y'all know how in the intro it was like, there was like a guy cutting, like doing the surgery on himself in the middle part? I thought he was chopping his little Johnny. Hey, editor, cut that out too, bro.
of muscle and tissue, but he struggles using the mirror to see, and eventually begins working through touch alone. He can feel the warmth of his blood seeping out over his hands as he searches for his appendix. As he's working blindly in the hole he had cut into himself,
Joe, imagine the people who are watching him do this. They're probably thinking some crazy
he
shit.
cuts his large intestine.
Yo!
Leonid quickly calls for sutures, and he's forced to sew it back together before he can continue to his appendix.
Yo.
40 minutes have now passed, and his vision begins to blur. His head starts to spin, and he becomes
Where's that
nauseous.
adrenaline shot?
He begins to take short 30-second breaks every 4 minutes to regain his focus, using all of his concentration to not black out mid-surgery. After almost an hour of cutting and feeling around his abdomen, Leonid finally locates his appendix. But at that exact moment, he feels his heart rate slow, and his hands begin to lose sensation. He battles back through the brink of blacking out, grips his scalpel, and quickly removes his appendix. As he inspects it, he sees a dark stain at its base, and deduces that if it was not removed, it would have burst within a day. He fights through the vertigo and nausea and sews himself back together. Nearly 2 hours after he had made the initial cut into himself, the surgery was completed, and Leonid, exhausted, both mentally and physically, collapses on the table. Over the next few days, he continues to suffer from a high fever, and his colleagues worried that their doctor still won't make it. But on day 5, his fever finally breaks, and in 2 weeks, Leonid is back on his feet performing his regular duties. Operating
Damn!
on yourself and then continuing to do your job as if nothing had happened.
Yo, this man has my respect, bro.
I guess even the Soviet government thought so too, as Leonid was later awarded the Order of the Red Banner of Labor for his bravery and service to the Soviet state.
Respect.
Kopka.
Is that another Russian?
September 24th, 1971, and 17-year-old Julianne Kopka is sitting next to her mother as their plane takes off into the sky. A day earlier, Julianne had graduated from high school in Lima, and now she's finally going back home to spend Christmas with her dad. Her parents were world-renowned zoologists who were living at a research station they'd established deep in the Amazon rainforest. The original plan was for Julianne to return to the research station a few days earlier, but wanting to participate in her graduation ceremony, she convinced her mother to stay with her and fly back on Christmas Eve instead. But being Christmas, all the flights out of Lima were booked solid, and the only airline with available seats was Lanza, an airline with a poor reputation for safety. Julianne's father urged his wife not to book with Lanza, but thinking this was a short 1-hour flight, Julianne's mom booked the tickets.
Oh, I think I watched this video.
Lanza flight 508.
Not this video, but I think I read about her case before.
Their plane climbs to cruising altitude, and everything seems fine. But roughly 30 minutes after takeoff, Julianne looks out the window and sees dark clouds and flashes of lightning surrounding them. The pilot had chosen to fly directly into a thunderstorm, and soon the entire aircraft began shaking violently.
But yeah, planes have resistance to these thunderstrikes. So even if like a plane gets struck directly by lightning, I don't think anything crazy would happen to modern day planes.
The aircraft is tossed into the storm, and luggage is rattled out of the overhead.
But I mean, this aircraft is probably from like the 1900s, so this thing's about to break like crazy. Watch.
Passengers begin to scream with every bump as the plane moves more and more erratically. Julianne holds her mother's hand
It's probably about to split in half.
tightly, but both are unable to speak out of fear. Suddenly, the panic in the cabin is drowned out by a massive bang from outside. When Julianne looks back out the window again, she sees that the plane's right wing is on fire. Terrified, she looks to her mom, who looks back at her and calmly says, "That is the end. It's all over." The plane's engines
Like Google. You know how Google be like, "This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10." You know how when you tell Google you have a headache and then Google goes like, "This is the end." Yep.
scream louder and louder as it drops into a nosedive, and within seconds, it begins to tear itself apart mid-air.
Oh, it did split in half, bro.
Passengers are flown into the open sky, and when Julianne opens her eyes, the cabin is gone. Wind is ripping past her as she falls towards the rainforest below, still strapped into her bench seat. As the tree line accelerates towards her, she passes out. When she opens her eyes, it's the next morning. She was unconscious while it happened, but the rainforest canopy and the airplane seats she was strapped into had broken her fall, just enough to keep her from dying on impact. Somehow,
crazy.
She is still alive. She immediately calls out for her mother, but nobody answers. As she tries to stand, her head begins to spin from a brutal concussion. She stumbles through the wreckage, desperately searching for other passengers, but she is
Bro, there could be so many snakes and like crazy wild apex predators around her.
Alone. As she checks herself, she realizes her collarbone is broken. She also has a deep gash along her right arm, a badly wounded knee, and an injured eye. To make matters worse, she's lost her glasses, and being short-sighted meant she was now nearly blind to the dangers lurking around her in the rainforest. But there was one thing that Julianne had that perhaps no one else who may have survived the crash had. During the 18 months she lived with her parents in the Amazon before high school, she learned the basics of how to survive in the jungle. She remembered that the best chance of survival in a situation like this was to find a river, because if she followed it long enough, it would eventually lead her to people. As she moves through the scattered wreckage, she finds a bag of sweets. With that as her only food, Julianne pushes forward through the thick jungle. For days, she hobbled through the rainforest alone. The calls of the animals around her provided an eerie soundtrack.
And she did not stumble upon a single bear or a snake within those days.
At night, the cold winds leave.
Nah, I feel like if you were to go take a walk in the Amazon, there's probably like a 1 in 100 chance that a snake from some random tree branches is gonna fall on you.
shivering as she curls up in a bush to try to sleep. As the days pass, the wound on her arm becomes infected, and botfly maggots start eating into her open flesh. On the fourth day, she finds a stream and begins to follow it. As she turns a corner, she sees
I'm gonna puke, bro.
that sends shivers down her spine.
Did she see a gator?
In front of her are 3 dead passengers from her flight, all still strapped to their seats with their heads buried into the ground. It's the first time Julianne had ever seen a dead body, and she is initially frozen.
Nah, bro. Imagine your morale after you see that, bro.
Works up the courage to approach the bodies to check the woman, dreading the idea that this could be her mom, but finds that the corpse's toenails are painted, something her mother never did. Staring at the passengers, the last bits of hope she was holding onto begin to slip away. She gathers herself and forces onward. The sound of moving water grows louder, and the creek suddenly opens into a wide river. She knows that if she continues to walk along the river, she could maybe find her way out. But after 10 days of stumbling through the forest, she is reaching her limit. Her bag of sweets ran out days ago, and now she was so weak she could barely stand. Just as she is about to give up, she spots a small boat tied to the riverbank.
Who does that boat belong to in the middle of nowhere?
Using the last of her energy, she makes her way to the boat. She notices a narrow path leading into the trees, and it takes her to a small hut. She's saved! But when she gets there, no one is there. By now, the maggots in her arm were nearly...
Yo, okay, you're gonna make me go crazy. Stop showing me that, bro.
For one of their pets in the past, and she finds a can of gasoline in the hut. She sucks the gas out of the can and spits it onto her wound. The pain is excruciating.
Bro, this is some online pain transfer, bro. What? Why am I feeling what she should be feeling?
Maggots try to burrow deeper into the wound to escape the fuel, but she is able to pluck 30 of them out of her arm.
30 in your arm? Oh, you gotta be fisting me, bro. What?
Exhausted, Julianne falls to the ground inside the hut and falls asleep. The next morning, she wakes to the sound of voices and runs outside. When the men see Julianne, they are terrified and initially think she's a half-dolphin water goddess. But speaking in Spanish, she explains to them what happened. She was on the flight that crashed, and she is all alone. They treat her wounds, feed her, and the next day bring her back to civilization. Julianne is soon reunited with her father and learns that her mother is still missing. Officials continue to search for her mother, but her body is eventually found in January. She had also survived the plane crash, but was too injured to move and died a few days after the incident in the jungle. Of the 92 people aboard Lanza Flight 508.
Alright. W video from Serious History, chat. If you guys enjoyed the video, man, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as I'll be reacting to more content. And I'll try to post every day. But if you guys enjoyed, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, as it helps a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.